Now we're going to look at some tips and tricks for solving when we deal with fractions and decimals. Option one would be that we can roll and deal with fractions. I'm not going to convert these to decimals. So I'm going to add a quarter to both sides. 3/2 x equals 2 1/4. I might take a step to convert this into an improper. 3/2 x equals 9/4. And now I am a fan of the horizontal technique because I don't want to make a complex fraction. So rather than do this crazy business, I'm going to multiply by the reciprocal so that I can say x equals, and I can cancel, and I can cancel, and I can get my answer efficiently. If my answer starts as a fraction, I'm going to answer in a fraction, not as a decimal. I would also accept 1 1/2, but please don't put 1.5. Let's look at another option. And we should feel comfortable and confident in both of these options. So if you know this next technique is not your thing, then you'll want to practice this, which is that we're going to clear, and we're going to clear by finding the LCD. So the least common denominator for the fractions is 4. And what we're going to do is we're going to multiply the whole equation by 4. Some people also like to write it this way. You could do it with parentheses applied just to each side. All right, so we're going to apply the 4 to the 3/2. 2 and 4 cancel to a 2 times 3 is 6x. 4 times a quarter is 1 and it's negative. And 2 times 4 is 8. Probably should draw this hoop if I'm going to use it. And the most common error is to forget the 8. All right, now we're going to add 1 to both sides, and we're going to, I know it's kind of shocking, we're going to get the same answer, but we don't need to deal with the fractions once we've cleared it. So please make sure you feel comfortable with both techniques. Usually the clearing one takes a little more practice. Even if you don't like it, please practice it. Now we're going to do the same thing with decimals. So 0.25x or 25 hundredths times x plus 5 tenths equals 75 hundredths. Without clearing, we subtract and line up our decimals and add in that extra 0. Divide by 0.25, and x equals 1. Next method is to clear. So with this, we're either going to multiply by 10, 100, 1,000, a power of 10, 10,000 maybe. We want to pick the smallest or the least power of 10 possible that will get all these decimal points to move away. By the way, I guess you could pick something other than a power of 10, like maybe you can multiply these by 4 and it will get rid of the decimals or most of them. But the sort of strategy that works in all cases is to use a power of 10. So the most digits behind a decimal I see is 2. So I'm going to pick a 1 with 2 zeros. Because when I multiply by 100 and I apply it, it's going to cause all the decimal points to move 2 places. 25x plus 2 places is 50 equals 75. And just a heads up as you're watching this video, if you are watching this, the bell is going to ring, I think, in a second. There it is. All right, and we have x equals 1. Again, you need to feel really comfortable with these, but if it just says solve, you're going to pick whichever technique you prefer.